Hello, this is Dana Taylor. Some months ago, through the magic of Facebook, I was introduced to the poetry of Chelan Harkin. I bought her book, Susceptible to Light, and as I read through the pieces, I became inspired to ask her if she would give me permission to perform some of her pieces. And graciously, she did so. So, without further ado, please enjoy some selections from Susceptible to Light by Chelan Harkin. Stubborn resistance. It's okay if you're scared when you're opening. The seed, she was scared too. Do you think the coal wanted to become a diamond? Ha! She was scared out of her wits of change. It took her 10,000 years to even be able to pray for it. And what about our favorite cliché, the caterpillar? You must have heard his shrieks of resistance as some bigger force unwelcomely impelled it to eat its own form while disclosing nothing of those secret wings. The acorn was so stodgy, the far right of the plant kingdom, 100% closed in by the hard walls of its staunch beliefs. My, oh my, did he resist becoming the regal, generous oak. The only thing different in us from them is we have an even more stubborn resistance, but ultimately we are impelled by the same irresistible force to completely self-destruct into a new and improved, yet to be discovered, marvel. Do your best to allow this. You too were made for wings. I'm yours. God, this is another tattered heart prayer, and my work is to remember that you accept this kind of currency. I had closed myself off to you for so long, waiting to arrive in fashionable robes, impress you a bit, and wait to get rich enough to display handfuls of gold to you. Huh. I thought you'd like it better that way. Can we sit on the floor and laugh about this now? Of course, you never wanted any of that, but just for me to grow into the honesty of my heart, like sweetness into a plum, and bring myself to you tangled but entire, and say, God, in robes or rags, I'm yours. Why God is woman. Who is it that would have created those curvaceous hills, those sumptuous valleys? Who would take the care to create the delicate origami of wildflower? Whose attention to detail would allow light access to crawl through even the deepest tunnels of the Mariana Trench? Who would have cared to fill the chests of birds with happy music? Who would have weaved the tapestry of this universe on that orbital loom, or been wild enough to have slipped those dervish planets all that celestial wine to keep them whirling in eternal devotion around her light? Who would have made circles and cycles and softness and yielding the rule? Who would have paused to make that exquisite flowering of every living thing susceptible to light? Who would have been luscious enough to churn the moon? Go on making your cars and devices, men. I'll be praying to Goddess as she spins me a blanket of stars. Slay your sacred cows. God smiles, almost bemoaningly, at your stack of prayers, your hoard of good deeds, your performed purity, gives a big celestial sigh. If he could sit you down and give you a good talk. That is, if he didn't have better things to do, like whirl and celebrate his own great mystery and rapturously create universes and such. He would say, "Darling, you have to slay your sacred cows first. You must stop kissing ass, even mine, especially mine. You must plunge into this soul I gave you. It is deep, terrifying, and wondrous. You must stop hesitating. You must nourish yourself and forget everything you've been taught in church and everywhere else. Your soul is the sacred tome. These books are simply arrows back into you. You must actively strip your soul, skinny dip in me. Feel the grace, experience the touch of mystical astonishment from your own self. I didn't make you a sheep. I made you a sorcerer of wisdom, a slayer of untruths, a vessel of stars, a fortress of inner knowing, a cathedral of beauty. To get to me, you must slay your sacred cows. To get to me, you must first be willing to slay everything you've thought me to be." Your own damn joy. The price of admission into heaven is your own damn joy. Please stop denying yourself this, and please stop telling yourself you'll only maybe get there when you die. Go there now. What kind of damn fool puts off heaven? Child, it lives in the center of your heart, that endless meadow of happiness and praise. This world needs you to go there now, to do your part in turning it into a paradise. Love awaits you there. It's easier to notice pain than love. Love is the silence in the robin's throat that inspires it to sing. Love is the silent mantra of the universe that keeps things spinning. Pain is the tree that crashes in the forest. Love is what grows from the fallen. Love is the silence cupped in the perfect folds of an autumn leaf, the beauty that dances through everything when your worried mind has finally stilled. We forget to notice love because of its perfect loyalty. Morning dew diamonding the grass, the extra sparkle in snow. For what other reason need it be there? The unconditional warmth arising daily to fill your sky. The ongoingness of flowers. Pause, dear one. Love awaits you there. The worst thing. The worst thing we ever did was put God in the sky, out of reach, pulling the divinity from the leaf, sifting out the holy from our bones, insisting God isn't bursting dazzlement through everything we've made a hard commitment to see as ordinary, stripping the sacred from everywhere, to put in a cloud man elsewhere, prying closeness from your heart. The worst thing we ever did was take the dance and the song out of prayer, made it sit up straight and cross its legs, removed it of rejoicing, wiped clean its hip sway, its questions, its ecstatic yowl, its tears. The worst thing we ever did is pretend God isn't the easiest thing in this universe, available to every soul in every breath. An enthusiastic yes. God reaches out to you with alluring offers regularly. Through the tender touch of a newly opened flower, handing all of its sweetness to your dear eyes. Through the playful and beckoning invitation of the meadow calling, "Enter all of me at once." To the bubbling spring ever asking your soul to undress, take a dip. Through every fire saying, "I long to touch your whole body with my warmth." But God is respectful and cares about your consent, and you have yet to give an enthusiastic yes. You've been wandering around with a chastity belt on your mind, keeping respectable and loveless. Darling, drop the front. Every full, juicy atom of this fertile world knows your secret desire to finally say that wide open yes to the come-ons of the great beloved.